자, 그리고 이래 돌리세요. 제키요.
I'm not ready. I'm in Manhattan's Koreatown. I'm on my way to BCD Tofu House. Today we're going to be taking a look at Korean cuisine. BCD is known for their sundubu jjigae, a spicy Korean stew made with silken tofu. But we're going to be trying a lot of different dishes. I'm going to get into the kitchen and hopefully try to be successful at making a few. Plus, I got to eat at one of my favorite restaurants with my friend who knows her way around Korean food. So, two things to look forward to. This is BCD Tofu House. This is the menu, and this is the kitchen. Okay, so I'm at BCD Tofu House, a place that I've enjoyed many, many meals. It actually started in Koreatown in Los Angeles, not New York, and now there's, I believe, 13 locations, and it's become a franchise. I'm gonna look through the menu and see what stands out. I feel like since BCD Tofu House is known for their sun tofu, we should definitely get a few orders of that. Tteokbokki, I love those. Definitely an order of kalbi, seafood pancakes, I feel like would be good. That'd be something nice to share, even though we probably can't share at this moment. Okay, so the first part of my meal, the banchan, has arrived, and so is my very, very special guest, Susan Kim. I'm so happy you're here. She's an incredible cook. She's the founder, owner of Doshi, and you're gonna be eating Korean food with me.
Well, we just got the banchan, which is kind of my favorite part of the meal too.
Same, agreed.
I feel like we have some classics as well as some BCD takes on banchan.
Okay.
But it looks like we have their kimchi, black beans, omok, which is the fish cakes, which I love, cucumber pickles, which is also amazing because there's actual ice cubes in there. These broccoli florets, why not? Because I think this goes back to the whole thing that anything can be banchan.
Where should we start?
We taste the kimchi just to see where
Where we're
this
at.
place is at, you know? I like that.
I love the fish cakes too, by the way.
You do?
I love the texture, the slight chew.
And I'm wondering also when we get our tteokbokki, whether it's gonna be in there, because that's also a really classic place to put this in. Because this also acts like a sponge. It'll just take on whatever flavor. Should we do pickles?
Pickles. Very crunchy. The
Yeah.
ice cubes do that. You know what's funny is that the ice cubes is such a specific trick that growing up, my parents would do that, but they wouldn't do that with pickles. They'd do that with yogurt sauces.
Oh,
Black bean.
black bean, yes.
It's sweet, but it also has a bit of a crunch to it almost.
Totally. Maybe even a chalkiness?
Yes, for sure. Exactly.
And that's okay. That's what we're going for. Texture in general, I feel like in Korean cuisine is huge. Learning some parts of Korean food has been de-learning some of the quote-unquote formal training. So it's what we're looking for again is more texture and more chewiness.
It is something where if you were trained to cook in restaurants in the US, it's almost you develop an unfortunate bias of not embracing other textures.
Yeah. Let's get into the fish. Right? Just start with rice and kimchi.
And when you fry a fish like this, and it's a small fish, the bones almost, not truly, but kind of melt away.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you. We're in the world of pajeon,
Yeah.
but seafood pajeon.
They nailed it. I think it's good.
I nailed it. The pieces of octopus, little pieces of shrimp, the scallions are nice and robust. I find it's there's a signature consistency in the center that
Yeah.
I'm always trying to get.
Yeah. It's just enough to hold the structural integrity. You could get the wedge.
Yes.
But when you flip it, there's liquid still kind of seeping out a little bit.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
So I'm in the kitchen at BCD Tofu House with Chef Ma. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
I know there's many different types of pajeon. We'll be learning how to make the seafood pajeon. I'm curious what techniques you use to kind of perfect it.
가루 반죽에다 모든 해물 들어갔습니다. 이렇게 해서 반죽 다 돼갖고 파전 만들 때는 먼저 불을 켜고요. 달궈진 다음에 기름을 조금 붓습니다.
And then you do 1 full ladle full.
예, 이래서 보면은 색깔이 노릇무리하게 하면 됩니다.
Alright, so we're gonna both try to make the seafood pajeon. I'm gonna try. Chef Ma is gonna successfully make it, but we're gonna do it at the same time. So I'm gonna let him get started first, and then I'll jump in.
예, 지금부터 불을 먼저 켜고요. 그리고 조금 바른 다음에 기름을 조금만 부어요. 기름 붓고요. 이렇게. 진해 많습니다. 진해 많이 났어요. 이래 흔들어 갖고, 야, 요거 팔을 조금 놔줘요. 야, 예, 감사합니다. 자, 그리고 이래 돌려줘요. 제키요.
No, I'm not ready. Okay, one more time. Okay, almost.
어이, 감사합니다. 자, 이거 눌려주고요. 자, 기름 조금 눌려주고요. 오케이, 됐어요. 예. 그리고 이래 또 돌려줘요. 이래 돌려주세요. 이렇게. 예. 그리고 또 한 번 뒤집어요. 예. 또 돌려주고요.
Okay. It's got hot. Let me see.
There's a paper towel right behind you. Okay.
오, 굿! 잘했어요. 없겠다. 조금 더 하면 되겠어요. 조금만 더 하면 되겠어요. 다 됐어요. 끝났어요.
We're done.
땡큐. 감사합니다.
Ah, that's a workout. This one is a workout. I'm gonna grab the pajeon I made so you can taste. You go ahead. I'm curious. So when you have pajeon, you typically have this sauce with it. What's in the sauce exactly?
저 간장에다가 파에다가 깨소금에다가
Is there any sesame oil?
들어가요. 들어가요. 예, 들어가요.
If you had to judge, how did I do on my pajeon?
잘했어요.
Did well. Well, okay, now how about you taste and you tell me if I still did well?
맛있어요.
He's just being nice.
바삭바삭한 게 맛있어요.
I think I did a good job because when I think of pajeon, and I'm curious if this is correct, but like I want a crisp outside, but I want a little bit almost like a chewiness in the center from the starch. Like that to me is like, that's what I feel like is good. So I think I achieved that.
예, 잘 만들었어요. 그거는 반죽할 때 그거 하면 돼요.
Wow.
Thank you.
감사합니다. We just got tteokbokki. We have rice cakes in here, I see. We have the fish cakes in a different version because obviously it's bathing in the sauce. They put some fried dumplings and then a hard-boiled egg.
It's so good.
Right?
The sauce is so silky. There is that heat you get, but it also has this underlying sweetness to it.
When we go to Seoul, because we're saying when, we'll go to spots where we can get this and some kimbap. Maybe they give you also some fried foods, you know?
This is our first meal together, like actual meal.
Actual meal, right? It feels oddly relaxing.
even though we have cameras on us.
Yeah. Wow. 감사합니다.
Korean style short ribs, grilled short ribs, also known as
갈비.
galbi.
Yeah, and this style I think is LA 갈비.
Why do you say that?
I think that this cut, from also what I learned, started from Los Angeles, Koreatown.
Really? The flanken? The thin cut?
Okay, so this is interesting because in Korea they call this LA galbi too.
Wow.
And I thought at first it meant lateral cut because that's what it is, right? You're cutting it laterally with the three bones, with the saw. But also I think it means actually Los Angeles, like stemming from Los Angeles. Isn't that insane? It's so good.
Deeply savory.
Deeply savory, also it's a little sweet.
A little sweet.
This is my favorite part, Andy.
The nubs.
The cartilage of around the nubs is like, this is the ultimate snack, is like eating around this. What's not to love?
What's not to love?
Yeah.
Seafood tofu too.
Thank you.
Kimchi tofu too.
And the other one, I'm gonna like bury.
Yeah. I feel like I should start with kimchi, but I want to start with seafood.
Okay, let's do it. I definitely do taste like the seafood broth with like the spices.
I kind of want a beer,
You want a beer?
but I won't.
No one has to know it's the morning time.
For most jjigaes, do you see soft or silken tofu, but you will see firm tofu?
You definitely do.
occasionally?
I mean, just because we're eating sundubu, so it's really about like showcasing the, well, because tubu is tofu, and so it's like showcasing like the silken tofu, which I love. If you make like doenjang jjigae or kimchi jjigae, like you can absolutely use different firmness of tofus. I don't know what you use, but
I love all tofu,
it's so good.
but I think silken is, for me, like good silken tofu trumps all. You grew out just outside of LA.
Yeah, so I grew up eating BCD for sure, and it's distinct to kind of like a Koreatown that exists in America, and I think they ironically then brought it back to Korea, you know? So it's like kind of almost like,
And
what is
embraced,
Korean food, you know? Like we're bringing it back and forth, you know? But
I haven't even gotten into the kimchi one.
I feel like that one's my favorite now.
The kimchi?
Yeah, I also love like when there's like bits of pork,
Wow.
right? What do you think? I think this
Okay,
is fire.
I went in
Yeah.
being like, oh, I'm gonna like the seafood one more.
Yeah.
But it's so...
It's different.
It's completely different. Because of the addition of the kimchi and the pork, it's definitely richer. Also because I think of the egg too.
Yeah, we did the swirly method with this, so this is definitely thicker.
You didn't touch your rice.
I know, I forgot. This is also special rice, I feel like, because this is made in that, it's like the torso stone pot, so it gets that, I know you love it, it gets that crispiness on the bottom.
I don't know.
Oh, and I could already see it too.
I am going to be learning how to make the seafood sundofu, one of the iconic dishes of BCD Tofu House.
예, 순두부 만드는 거 제가 보여드리겠습니다. 우리 여기는 오리지널 올게닉 콩 갖고 두부를 만들어 갖고 다른 집 거하고 틀립니다. 순두부를 조금 넣고요, 콩물을 조금 넣고요, 마늘 조금 들어가고요, 소스를 조금 들어가고요, 바지락 조개를 넣습니다. 새우를 넣습니다. 그리고 굴을 넣습니다. 그리고 여기에 넣습니다.
Like a lot of the elements are already cooked or ready to go. So what makes it so that you want it to bubble and reduce so much?
해물에서 맛이 우러나게끔 오래 끓입니다. 지금 이거는 사골 육수입니다. 한 24시간 끓여야 돼요. 특별한 맛은 깔끔하고 입에 착착 달라붙습니다.
So you don't just want the oxtail broth to dominate. You want the shellfish and seafood to kind of impart their flavor as well.
해물 넣는 게 설렁탕 국물에다가 해물물이 육수를 우러나게 갖고 같이 두 개 같이 엎쳐 갖고 먹으면 맛이 좋습니다.
And what's the indicator for when you know it's ready?
붙지 않기 위해서 이래 젖어 주고요. 이제 다 익은 거는 새우만 보면 이러면 다 익었습니다.
I'm very tempted to try it on my own. These burners are quite intense. If you have any like specific tips on making the dish, also to avoid myself from burning, I'm very curious, like what are the key things to know?
집게가 있습니다. 여기에 바로 보면은 여기에 집게가 있습니다.
Oh, oh,
이거 이래 갖고 이래 놓으면 덜 갖고 이래 놔주면 됩니다.
okay. Now with the kind of wrench that kind of calmed me down a little bit, so I'm gonna give it a try.
그리고 이 국물을 한 국자였습니다. 이제 조금 젖어둬요.
Okay, I'm gonna grab this, and then.
맞습니다.
Good job.
예.
It makes so much sense now to me that the broth is oxtail based, and then you have that kind of that flavor, that meaty flavor combined with the seafood broth. It's somehow delicate yet also pungent from the garlic and the chili paste. It's so satisfying.
예, 감사합니다.
감사합니다. I feel very grateful and lucky to have you, not just for this film, but in my life.
I know. I feel the same. I feel like we got a lot out today.
This is real. This is not.
No, I mean, also, I mean, I don't know if they captured all the audio. I hope
Probably
not.
not. Well, hopefully not.
But
Thank you, Susan, for joining me. It's been
thank
enjoyable.
you.